Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes, all the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There is a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There's a link to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and help me grow in YouTube world. Now, if you watched Monday's video, which I hope you did, I played with flower card. And today I'm going to play with it again. On the first one, I only used minimal dies to cut some flowers and the sign. Today, we're going to build the cart using the dies. What I mean by using the dies, this comes with quite a die set. So this is for cutting the flowers and the sign, which we used on Monday. We're going to dig out. This piece here is for cutting this flower box, if you want the flower box. This one here is for cutting this out. So if you've stamped it, you could cut it out. Same with this. Here's for the awning. You could cut it there. This one here is for cutting out these 5 pots here. There's a little banner if you want to use that. This is the die for cutting out if you want to just do out a cardstock for the wheels. This one here and here is for the awning. You want to do die cutting and not stamping. This one here is for the little pot of flowers. You want to cut those out, which we're going to. We have this pot here is for cutting this pot, but there's another, like a little milk can pot here, if you don't want to stamp it. And then this one here is for making the base of the cart. And there is a railing for the cart if you would like to put a railing on your cart, which I'm not going to. So that's all the pieces we need. A lot of die cutting in this one, but it's a lot of fun too. And it gives a different look. It's going to be very similar to my card on Monday as far as coloring, but it gives it a real different look. That's all I can say. So this is the card we're going to make today. Very similar, but not exactly the same. More purples. Gives it a different look. I'll hold that up a little closer, you can see it. Even the inside, I've done the same. So, and I did realize I forgot to grab out one stamp I do need. I do need this little pot for our envelope. So let me grab a little block for that. And as I said on Monday's video, as I run into things that are retiring, I'm going to let you know, or if they're going to move to online exclusives or whatever's happening with them, or if they're carrying over. So maybe think of this, the A block, the G block, and the I block are all retiring. So if you like those sizes and you want to get some more, I think you should grab them before the end of April. So let's do some stamping first so that we have all of our pieces ready to go. And then we can just die cut it one time. And there's a lot of cardstock in here, so let me get this out of here. I got lots of scraps of stuff for die cutting. This is for our envelope. This is our base. This is for the inside of our card we have to do some stamping on. And this is the base for the front of the card. So, and I need a piece of scrap white. So let's get started. Let's grab a mat. Let's go ahead and do the envelope first. And I'm going to use Pebbled Path and the little rocks. So we'll do that. Now, at the front of our card, we're going to do several pieces at once, so I can just put these. This is a piece 3 by 3.5, and this is we're going to build our cart on. And we need to put some rocks down here at the bottom. Ooh. That was, let's flip that over. I rocked. We're just going to put a nice bed of rocks down here. Have to have something for our cart to sit on. And that should be it for, no, one more place for the Pebbled Path on the inside of the card. I need some rocks for our pot to sit on. Oh, that's for our other piece. So let's go back to our pot now on the front of the envelope. I'm going to use Smoky Slate for that. That's the front of the envelope. And then I'm going to use the flowers on the front. Use Garden Green and Highland Heather. I like to do the leaves first. Like that. And like that. So that takes care of our envelope. We'll set that off to the side. Next we need to do, because I got these colors out, we're going to do another one of these little flowers. And I'm going to put this right up over here. It's just a piece of scrap white, because we're going to die cut one of these. Just like that. And we need our big bouquet of flowers. Make sure I have enough room there. I do. And that should be it for Garden Green. And we're going to do Highland Heather for the inside. I got a dot on there. I'll take that off in a minute. And put that right in there. And those are ready for die cutting. So other stamp things we need to do. I got a piece of ink right there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I will just take that ink off. It's just a little spare. I don't know if you can even see it. It's right there. This is a mono eraser, sand eraser. If you got a light little piece of ink, there it's going. It works. Okay, so the inside of the card, what else do we need for the inside of the card? We need our verse stamped. So I'm going to put this away. And we're going to grab Gorgeous Grape. And this says, happiest birthday to you. And I'm going to put that right in the top and the center. Just like that. And I'm going to set that off to the side till we're ready for it. Okay, trying to see if there's any other stamping before I start die cutting. Oh, we forgot one. We are sign. And this one I'm going to make in basic gray. Like I said, it's very similar to the first card I made on Monday, but it is a little different. And I need my message. Hang on, there it is. Now I'm going to do this in Gorgeous Grape. It says, happy hello. Just like that. All right, I think we are ready to do some die cutting now. Now I'm going to get Otto up here just because we can, and I'm going to move all my ink out of the way here so we have some room for Otto. Got a lot of stamps on my desk, so I didn't even move them out of the way. With Otto, we can send multiple things through at one time. And I know I had my plates here just a second ago. Got plate 2, 1, plate 2. I'm going to use this plate 3. It's my nicer. This one's getting a little wore, so I'm putting it on the top because it just works a little better. Okay. So we know we need to die cut these pieces here. So let's start with those. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some Post-its to make sure some of this doesn't skip around on me. Oop, wrong way. Till this way, the 3 little leaves right here at the bottom. 4 leaves, I should say. You could make this card any colors you want. I've been in a purplish gray mood the last week or so. But I think they go really nice together. Now we have a die for the little flower. Like I said, I'm going to just start loading this thing up here. So that's that one. I think we'll put this one on here next. This is going to be our wheels. And if I trim that piece of paper off, we can put something else on here too. You just need doesn't take a lot to do this. So there's that one. And then we need a piece of, let's do the little pot here. This is the little flower pot. And we're doing the cart in this one here in basic gray. So we got Smoky Slate Gray Black. Now those I'm not worrying about taping down because I didn't stamp anything on them, and if they move a little bit, it won't make that much difference. The next one will have the 2 pieces for the awning. Oh. Sorry, I know I'm holding this rather weird. If you've watched my videos before, you know I had an accident and hurt my hand. And I basically ripped, and you can see it, it's still larger. I ripped all the tendons and stuff in my hand and muscles. And it's going to take a very long time, I've been told, to heal. So, the die is 1 piece. When you see it, it's 1 piece, like this. Oh, well, I'm going to have to get this piece out. But when you end up die cutting it, I'm just getting all the little pieces out. I'm going to grab a pokey tool real fast here. I know I have one. You end up with, make sure I'm not out of the camera. You end up with, I'll set that there for a second. Here's the piece we need right there. And then another wheel. So we have 3 pieces, and that is for the wheel of our cart. And we have, this is our cart. It's in 2 pieces. And I'll show you how all this goes together. Then we have, I don't know where the thing, here's our little milk can jug we're going to use. Here's our sign. I'm also looking out for the milk can because it has, the little milk can die has disappeared on me. I'm hoping it's under here. Be careful that you put all your dies into a bowl or something or back in its sleeve so you don't lose them. Especially those tiny ones. I'm going to take this to the garbage can and dump off the excess. Well, I'm not going to look all over for that piece right now, but I know it has to be here. So I haven't moved, so before I move from this spot, I will look and tear up the room to look for it. Next, we need to cut our awning. And we're going to do that out of Gorgeous Grape. And then we are going to do the stripes. Piece of scrap. We're going to do the stripes for the awning out of basic white. Run that through. Oh, it moved and stuck. I didn't see it. You probably all seen that there, and you're all laughing. But there's the milk can. It was still stuck. Now we have a second milk jug. Okay. So here is the awning. It's like this. And these are very fragile, the little legs, so be careful with it. Now, you see my 3 pieces here? I'm going to move my machine now. That was the end of our die cutting. And I'm going to tell you something very important. When you take these off, set them in the same order. Am I setting these up too far now? There, bring them down a little bit. They want to go in the same, or leave them in the same order they come out, or they will not fit onto the awning properly. And ask me how I know that one. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to grab me a little tea to drink, and we will build our cart. Like I said, I changed this up a little bit from the other card. This one is a basic gray background. A basic gray. Gorgeous Grape. Gosh. This is still Saturday morning I'm filming. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just laugh. Here is another piece of, this is Smoky Slate, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And this was done with the Painted Texture 3D folder. My understanding it's going to be moved into the online exclusive section. It's not in the new catalog. And we're going to put that on here. Which I'm glad, because it is one of my favorite dies. Embossing folders. It's one of my other go-to. The other one I really like is the Time Worn Type, which unfortunately is leaving us, along with my favorite die set. The scallop contour dies are going. I'm going to have to do something with that one soon. So let's get the inside of our card now. So we have a little bit to build on the inside of our card, but we're going to put this piece in first. Ooh, I do believe I made my cut a little off. This is supposed to be the same size as the gray, but I made mine a little off, but it's okay. I can make it work. I will make it work. Just one moment. Just like everybody else, I make mistakes. And I don't have much glue on this side. This is supposed to be, yep, it's just off about a 1/16. Hello everyone, we're back. Unfortunately, I had my phone get disconnected when I was filming, and so I did trimmed and stuck this other piece, and this is where I left off. So I don't edit my videos, but I'm going to try to splice the 2 pieces together. If I can't, they're going to be labeled A and B. So sorry. You know, electronics, you never know what's going to happen. So the inside of the card. We're going to take this little pot here, and we're going to put him on here. Get some glue. Don't we just all love them? I got a glue boogie that's now stuck on my hand. So this is like the little milk carton pot, which I think is really cute. Just putting a tiny bit of glue on that. And just set him into the thing there. And then we have the flowers. Now you could stamp all this if you wanted. But this one was about all the die cutting you can do. And then you could do the 5 pots here if you wanted the flowers across the top. Because it's this same flower here that you put on top of the pots. They serve both purposes. So there's the inside. Now the outside, set this off to the side, and I'm going to grab a silicone mat, and we are going to start with the wheels. Okay, so you've got one that has this piece here, and then you have one that doesn't. The one without goes to the outside. And when you look at this, this is thin on this side, and this is the thicker. The thicker goes to the right. And these are going to hook behind like this. Now, like that. Got to move a couple things. Things got shoveled around when I was. And they're up a little bit. This one's up. Hang on. So they almost overlap, about like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue dot right there. You'll discover you use a lot of glue dots on this one. So there's tiny places. And I'm going to put right back here, and I'm just going to fold it in half because I don't need a full glue dot. So it looks like that. Put the fat side towards, so the two fat sides going. And they just overlap like that. This is why I'm doing this on the silicone mat, so I have some place to work. This piece is going to get glued on like this. But first we need our cart. So this one goes, and this one hooks on just like this. Now you don't need to put this piece on, but I found it very much helpful to glue all this on if I had this piece on here. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the back side right here. And hook that right in there. You're not going to see it, but it gives you more room to hook things onto. Like that. Which it looks really nice. Just like that. And so this is going to slide in here. And the wheel is going to line up with the front where there's a little seam right here. Let's see if I can scoot this in just a little bit. There. About like that. So what I did was I grabbed my seal, which I evidently didn't grab. Hang on here. Oh, there it is. There's my seal. And I'm just going to put a little seal along the base of this. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take this and sort of pull this one back a little bit and shimmy this in here. So we're lining it up. And this comes up, you know, about like that. It doesn't have to be too far down, but like that. This is why you need a silicone mat. And then I'm just going to take a tad bit of glue. I mean, just a minuscule little dot. If it comes out. Just one little dot to help hold that there. Okay? And then I'm going to lift this up. You want to try to get this lined up, and the one piece goes here and like that. About like that. And I've stuck it in the glue. There's not much there holding it. Okay? Just that little piece right on the edge. Okie dokie. Then we are going to mount this on our card base. So we'll set this to the side for a second. This is a piece of basic gray that is 3 1/8 by 3 5/8. And this is the piece we had that we stamped on. And we're going to put this on here. Just like that. And there's a lot of glue sticky on this still, but I'm just going to add a little more glue. And then I'm just going to add a little dot here in the inside of these wheel wells. And just a little bit down here. And I mean just a little bit. Just so it holds it on the card. Sorry, I'm out of the frame again. And we'll set that down into our rocks as centered as we can. Now you could try to hook this in here if you wanted, but I actually wanted it to go up a little higher than my card. You can hook these on, they go right into the corners here, just like that. But I wanted my this up a little higher on mine, so that's why I didn't add it. Now it's time to add these, and hopefully I did not move them. And let me grab a pair of tweezers. So I keep on getting out of camera, I'm sorry. If you look at this, you can see right here, here, and here. That's where those are going to lie. So I'm going to put just a touch of glue. Right. Hang on just one second. I'll move this back for you. I put the glue right in those lines. Because you're going to want to pick these up. And I don't know if I'm going to use these tweezers or not. I'm not. I bought them. They thought they might help my hand to have something else to hang on to. But yeah. They go into that spot just like that. And this one. And the last one. Just like that. So it looks like that. And yeah, there's a little glue there, but it'll dry. All right. So now we'll bring our cart back. I did not want mine down. I want a little more room at the top, because I wanted a bigger space between the cart and the flowers. So I'm going to put it about like that. So it's almost touching in parts, but not all. So, but you can do it any way you want. And I'm just putting I'm grabbing here and just pulling a little bit down on those, not a lot. Lining them up with the cart, because you can line up where the things, even though I'm not hooking them to the cart, I want them to come down straight to where they're supposed to be, like that. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the flowers. And those will go right over there like this. So it gives it a different look than being it all stamped. Just like that. Okay, so we have this piece to go on yet. And I think we're about ready to finish the card. This, I'm going to move the camera back. Hang on. There we go. So this one I'm going to put on this side, opposite of where I had the last one. You could do it any way you want. Put it in the middle if you wanted. Not like that. I'm going to use dimensionals on my little hello here. Oop. And I'm going to drop it on the floor. Now like that. Grab the right things here. I'm going to put the glue away here. I am going to use the gingham, just like I did on the first one. I'll make a little bow. Maybe. That looks pretty good. Find my scissors. That. Grab another glue dot. As I said in my last video, the Gingham white check is retiring, as is the classic matte dots. So if you're interested in those, you want to grab those. The flower cart is staying, carrying over. It just won't have bundle pricing. So if you want the 10% off to get the whole bundle, go to my online store and purchase it before the end of April, because the bundle price disappears after the 30th of April. So that's my card. It's very similar to the one we did the other day, but this is building up with die cuts versus stamping everything. So it gives you a different look. Let me grab the one I did on Monday. Hang on here. I know it's right here. And this is the one I did on Monday. It gives it a really different look. So if you didn't watch Mondays, you want to see how I stamped all this, go back to Mondays, but this is the one for today. Just a different look. And I like it. I like both of them. I think they're both equally nice. So thank you for joining me. And like I said, I will try to put these two together. I don't know how to yet. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. If not, there'll be 2 little videos. So thank you for joining me. So if you come into part B, you might want to stop and go to part A. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.